I'm Mackenzie, and today in our 20-minute guided session, we'll be feeling the support of the ground, relaxing as we lay on the ground, and bringing that attitude of relaxation and just simply observing into our practice. And I'll share that this is a practice that I need at this time. It's a good time to practice and good time to share, and maybe share some of why we practice this way, because I've just had a work project that I care very deeply about fall through. Who knows what will happen? And what I do know is that by doing this practice and by feeling the comfort of the support of the ground, what we call mutual ease, and by feeling that quality that is always in my experience, I'll be able to face this day and these challenges and carry on with the work that I want to do. So with that, let's do this. Let's do it together. So we're going to come on to laying on the ground, and can keep your feet standing so that the knees are bent and the hands can be comfortably out, perhaps a foot or so to the side. And just for a moment, land here. Perhaps turning the head from side to side until we feel it resting on the ground. And just landing in our bodies right now and how it feels to be resting here. And now to encourage some of our habitual holding and propping ourselves up, to release a little bit more. We'll do a tense and release. So let's start with our lower body. And so curling the toes under and tensing around the ankles, the calves, the thighs, perhaps even the hips. And adding just that extra degree of tension and muscular engagement in the lower legs and lower body. And gently holding this. Holding in this direction of more tension and more engaging of the muscles. And then on an out breath, perhaps on a sigh, just letting all of that extra tension go. And maybe seeing if along with that, there's a further release, a deeper sense of letting go, and just allowing the feet to rest on the ground. And just for a moment, noticing the weight of the feet, making a footprint on the ground. the places where the foot makes contact with the ground. Allowing for the garbage truck that's passing by, if that's picked up here on the recording. And then let's repeat. Curling the toes under, the ankles, the calves, the upper legs, even maybe squeezing the hips, maybe even tightening the belly. And gently hold. Notice how much work we can actually put into extra tension even as we're laying on the ground. And then breathing in, and on a big sigh, letting it all go. And letting the feet just naturally sink deeper into the ground, almost like they're making a deeper footprint in warm sand. And now let's do this for our upper body. So we'll curl the fingers to make a fist. And then the lower arms, upper arms, shoulders, holding, gently holding. Firing of our muscles, the tightness, the lifting off the ground. And then on the next out breath, letting it all go and allowing the arms to feel really heavy. Allowing them to drape onto the ground with their full heaviness. And just notice the places where our arms make contact with the ground and the sensations that we're feeling there now. And let's repeat this again. Curling the fingers to make the fist, lower arm, upper arm, shoulders, upper back, maybe even across the chest. Maybe even feeling a little bit of tension in our jaw. Slight scrunch of the face. All this extra work, all this bracing. Let's breathe in together. And let it all go. And just see if there's a Another layer of letting go that we've discovered. Perhaps noticing the heaviness of the upper back, just laying right into the ground. And even after that tense and release, there's probably still pockets and areas in our body where we have this habitual sense that we need to be tense there. We need to engage our muscles. And we need to hold ourselves up. Can't let go. So a little more subtly, let's bring in the breath. Just begin to notice our out breaths. And just as there was a natural sense of wanting to breathe out and sigh and let go, just more subtly noticing the letting go and releasing quality of the out breath, just in our natural breathing. And now let's even feel that sense of each out breath is this invitation to lay down the burden of our weight. Just to lay it down. And perhaps noticing that the more we let go and lay down, the more apparent it can be in our experience that the floor is right there at the back of our body, holding us up. And so on the out breath, feeling that sense of letting go and laying down, just laying down the burden. We don't have to carry it anymore. Let the ground carry it. And then if you'd like, on the in-breath, a sense of receiving the support of the ground. Breathe it in. The sensations of the ground being right there holding us, supporting us unconditionally. Releasing on the out-breath, receiving the support on the in-breath. And let's just say that the number 7 is where we are right now in terms of feeling this simultaneous lay down and support connection with the ground. And we'll count down from 7 to 0, breath by breath, with a sense of letting go a little bit more. And feeling support a little bit more on each breath. So starting at 7. 6. 5. Continuing the countdown. 'Until at 0, sense of full rest, full support. Maybe even a feeling of having become one with the ground. Is one simultaneous action-reaction of lay down and support. Inseparable. And as we rest, that sense of how we didn't have to make gravity, we didn't have to make the support of the ground. That was already going on, and we just allowed ourselves to feel it. Let's just very slowly, gradually place our hands flat, one beneath the belly button, one a little bit above the belly button. And for just a few breaths, bringing that attitude of just observing, allowing the breath to be just as it is. And we simply witness the rise and fall of the belly underneath our hands. Almost like our belly is this ocean, and we just feel the waves without any sense of needing to make them happen. And then can gradually roll on to one side. And see if we can feel here the ongoing support of the ground. And how we can lay down the burden. And receive the support. And this is actually the second very comforting quality that we can always find in our experience. So my teacher, Master Wonchull Park, calls this the mutual Nowflow quality, or mutual ease. And that's what we're feeling when we feel that sense of lay down and support, that mutual action and reaction and interaction and interhappening. It happens in both directions. And in times of change and uncertainty, which is almost always, it can be a very comforting feeling to know we have access to in our inner nature retreat. And it can use the hands to come on out and just wishing you the feeling of mutual ease, support of the ground in your day-to-day, and you will continue to develop this feeling so that it can be easier to access when we're sitting, when we're standing, when we're on the go in life. So thanks for practicing with me today. Needed it.